Finalists Biao and Hong Wei up against Hirokatsu Hashimoto and Noriyasu Hirata. Well, this match is a repeat of the quarterfinal from a year ago. The tall man, Hong Wei, turned 26 last month, and he's from this province, Fujian province, here on the southeast coast of China. He and his partner are number 5 in the world rankings at the moment. Have been as high as 5 weeks at number 3 in the world ranking. They're down 1 place on the Super Series standing, having lost in the first round of the French Super Series. They're Biao, who's been in 2 finals, because not only the final last year with his partner of today, reached the final in 2010 with Jiang Nan. They've been in 1 final this year. They won the India Super Series event, 13 tournaments. And I can tell you that in the first round they beat a pair from Egypt. In the second round, beat a young Chinese pair, Wang Kaixiang and Wang Suji, in 2 straight games. So there is Hirokatsu Hashimoto. He'll turn 30 next month, and his partner will turn 32 next Tuesday, 4 days' time. What a nice early birthday present it would be for Noriyasu Hirata. There he is. Quarterfinalists last year lost to their opponents of today. They were a game and 19-16 up. They had 5 match points in the second game and then 2 match points in the deciding game. So a total of 7 match points against this Chinese pair last year in the quarterfinal stage, but obviously failed to progress. They, like their opponents, have won just 1 Super Series title in their career. You go back 4 years to the India Super Series of 2011. Well, the Japanese pair had a walkover in the first round because sadly the number 3 seeds Fu Haifang and Jiang Nan weren't able to compete. An injury or illness to Fu Haifang, we know that must be the case because Jiang Nan is in the mixed doubles, and in the second round beat the finalists from 2009, Ku Kian-kiat and Tan Boon-hyung. Now this will be the 5th meeting between the 2 pairs, and of the previous 4 meetings, this pair, Biao and Hong Wei, have won the previous 4. The last time they met was in the quarterfinal of this year's India Super Series, and it was 3 games before the Chinese pair went on to take their first Super Series title in Delhi. So Steen, do you have any update on why Fu Haifang was unable to play this week?
Yes, I have. It's a sad update because apparently Fu Haifang's father passed away, and that's why they
I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
Tournament.
Our condolences and thoughts are with Fu Haifang and his entire family. So this men's doubles quarter-final underway. Chinese pair far side of the court. And they are a pair that, apart from winning the India Super Series, were in semi-final of Australia. But perhaps what is concerning for the Chinese coaches is that they're a little inconsistent. 2 second round losses throughout this year and 5 first round losses, and 3 of those were in Super Series tournaments. So not as consistent, this Chinese pair, as perhaps their coaches would like.
No, and it goes for almost all the Chinese men's doubles pairings, except for Fu and Jiang Nan, which actually played on quite a high level. But the others, they show glimpses of excellence, and suddenly they lose in the early rounds of tournaments. course, they'll be working very, very hard in the national team to correct that.
Yes, and it's too late to change partnerships in this Olympic campaign, so they will be working on it. But long term, whether this is the solution for China for the future in the men's doubles discipline, well, we don't know. Gosh, that public address was loud, wasn't it? Oh yes, that's well taken.
Service over.
From Noriyasu Hirata. Down one place in the world rankings this week. This Japanese pair down to 18. And that means they're the third Japanese pair behind Endo and Hawakawa and Kimura and Sonoda. Oh, that's a nice shot. Have been as high as 7 in the world rankings, but you have to go back to 2011 for that.
Service over. 7-3.
Certainly 4 years ago, Steen, I think I expected this Japanese pair to be the Japanese representatives at the London Olympic Games, and then suddenly that wasn't the case. And they were the only pair to have won a Super Series title from Japan.
I think we've seen Endo and Hayakawa do well, and they're still a factor in this tournament, but I think they have a bit of problem scoring in the Japanese men's doubles. They can play extremely fast, but what happens if they play someone who can play almost just as fast as them, but have a better and a little bit more clever attack, perhaps?
Yeah.
And they're struggling. We've seen Sonoda and forgot the name of his partner. Kimura, who is unbelievably fast, fast-paced men's doubles. But then once in a while they meet pairs who block it and get the lift and are also moving at a faster pace. So you can say that the Japanese men's doubles has sort of developed the international men's doubles, because you need to move fast in order to be competitive. And we know that these two guys here, they are capable of playing really, really fast as well. And what an attack they have with tall Hong Wei from the backcourt and Biao. looking after the front court area. That's definitely the favorite position.
Play.
Oh, yes. Well, just right on cue
Service
to prove
over.
your point, Chai Biao.
9-4.
Good return of serve, and look how just read the next shot. Played it beautifully.
Service over. 5-10.
Oh,
That's
he's
why.
missed it. He's missed it.
This is a challenge, but
Yeah. Well, I can't believe they'll win that challenge.
Hirata, challenge. Call. Out.
No, that's definitely wide. No question.
it was an emotional challenge.
Yeah.
I would so much have loved it to be in,
No,
so
it
I
was-
challenge.
Well, I'm surprised it was that close. Looked a lot further out than that.
Challenge unsuccessful.
So it means that the mid-game interval, a 6-point advantage for the number 6 seeds. Chai Biao and Hong Wei.
11-5. Interval.
Ryomi Maneki, Japanese coach. This Japanese pair, I'm just looking at their record, Steen, have not been in a tournament final, not just Super Series, any tournament final, since the end of April 2011 when they won that
Wow.
11-5.
India Super Series title.
Ball. Service
Right to
over.
try and intercept that, Chai Biao.
11.
Probably got a little bit carried away.
Yeah.
That's the thing you have to be careful about, leading 11-5 at the interval. I mean, you got off to a good start, but now you need to try and continue the good run, because, yeah, it's more or less the Japanese pair who's more grateful for the interval time to
Service over.
regroup.
6.
How much does that quarter-final last year, when this Japanese pair had 7 match point opportunities in total against this Chinese pair, does that play on their mind at all? I know you coaches would tell us players it shouldn't do,
Yeah.
and not to think about it, but as a player, sometimes you just can't help it.
7.
Yeah. But I think it should, in many ways, show them that they can beat. They had been in a position to win matches against these two Chinese players, and I mean, I always say that if a match is decided within 2 points in the third game, you have to evaluate
12.
the same way whether you win or lose, because it's so small differences that's deciding when it's so close in the third game. It's awfully hard when you've just lost.
Yes.
Service over. 13-8. Service over. 9-14.
Oh, it's a good serve.
Well played.
Flatter smash.
Yeah, and sometimes the flatter smash makes it easier for the net player to intercept because it's really hard to lift them with accuracy.
Yeah, slight confusion as to which formation the Chinese were in. The receiver is Biao. Had to ask the umpire though. He wasn't sure. It's well played by Hongwei. You know, Sten, I've been thinking, pondering what you were saying about the Japanese players and the speed with which they play and so on. Is it fair for me to say that, in a way, I think the Chinese are very similar in that, you know, they do play very, very fast, and I'd love to see them mix up the pace a little bit more than they do.
Yeah.
Similar sort of problem.
Yeah, but
they're better at it.
From a higher level.
Yes.
They have a much stronger attack, in my opinion. But it's much the same that I remember. Even back when I coached, we could see Korean men's doubles against Chinese men's doubles, and I mean, the pace was incredible, and how could any of our players challenge that?
Yeah,
they couldn't. Not in the flat game, not in the fast-paced game, but then by playing a little bit more clever shots, we still had a chance. Of course, we can see reminiscence of that when at least Bo and Mogensen is playing. They're taking their time in between rallies. They're not rushing anything.
Yeah.
Don't want to get caught up in fast-paced flat game.
No, it's pushed it wide and long. Oh, well, maybe not long. It's certainly wide. That's a good serve.
Time! Service over. 16-12.
rallies. Now that more rallies like that from the Chinese pair is what I want to see more of.
Yeah, that's going to help them. And I don't think that Hashimoto and Hirata they will have any countermeasures against this. If it was Endo and Hayakawa, I think Hayakawa has developed into quite a good front court player who's able to challenge at the net. It's hard for these two players here. Struggling also even when they were part of the Thomas Cup winning team from Japan. I think they were deselected from the team during the tournament, and the third men's doubles pair were given a chance to play.
That's right. Well, in fact, both of these pairs have had 5 first-round losses this year. So both of them struggling with their consistency. Oh, look at that. Just wide.
Service over. 19-13.
And actually 2 of the losses for Biao and Hong Wei has been to other Japanese pairs in the first round of the tournament.
Game point opportunities. Yes, those 2 first-round losses to Japanese players in the Chinese Taipei Grand Prix Gold and also the World Championships. Such a good serve from Hirata. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't believe it. What defense. How did they keep in that rally, the Chinese pair, even the round the back shot? Look at that defense. Extraordinary.
And it's actually the only Japanese pair that they've got a really good score against. I mean, they lost in the semi-final of the Thomas Cup, Biao and Hong Wei. They lost to Endo and Hayakawa in a very crucial match. So.
First game won by Biao, Hong Wei, 21-16.
21-16 in 20 minutes. Opening game to Biao and Hong Wei. What a difference a year makes, though, Steen, as we see confirmation of that opening game, 21-16.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they were playing first men's doubles for China in Thomas Cup campaign. What happened in the Sudirman Cup earlier this year? Did they get selected?
I don't think they did.
Well, certainly they weren't the first choice.
No.
In fact, they were only selected once. That was in the group match against Germany.
Yeah, it's something completely different to play these team matches, and they've been relying on Fu Haifeng and Chai Yun for a number of years, and suddenly these two pretty young, pretty inexperienced players were to play the first men's doubles, and of course they were probably not expecting Chen Long to lose his match to Kenichi Tago, so suddenly a lot of pressure on them, and that can easily be enough to turn things around.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, during the Sudirman Cup campaign, I'm sure this Chinese pair were the highest ranked Chinese men's doubles pair for them not to be selected.
Yeah.
20 seconds. Thank you.
Oh, that's incorrect. They were selected once.
Yeah.
Ready? Second game. Love all. Play.
So, Chai Biao and Hong Wei get this second game underway.
1 love.
Was two Chinese coaches, Zhang Jun and the one we mistook for Chen Tichu. I'm not sure, but I think it's Chang Rui, the guy sitting next to Zhang Jun in this men's doubles. I couldn't remember his name yesterday, and I might be mistaken, but I think it's Chang Rui. See, the attack is not really doing any damage.
No.
Just until Hong Wei put that into the net, but they have to work awfully hard for the points in the attack. Hashimoto and Hirata.
I also noticed in that previous rally, Steen, that I thought the Japanese pair was slightly slow on their rotational play, and rotational play in men's doubles is absolutely critical.
And that was where they normally were so extremely fast.
Yep.
Service over. 3-1.
Too steep, that one went
Wow.
below the tape.
Oh, yeah, he put that away.
Service
Really
over.
meant that.
2-4.
That's that flat game you were talking about.
Yeah.
Drive it back flat over the net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit loose now, the Chinese pair. Hope they don't get too confident. But also a good service return from Hashimoto.
It's a flatter smash again.
Yeah, and that's what happened when you need too many tries to win in the attack. You eventually end up giving too many opportunities away to the opponents, and definitely don't want to give Hong Wei and Biao Chai too many opportunities in the attack.
Well, this time it's the Japanese pair that are unsure of their formation. Asking the umpire, she's keeping them right.
Good call. Best rally of the match, in my opinion.
Certainly as far as the Japanese pair are concerned.
Yeah.
Dear. It's a shame.
Service over. 7-4.
Oh, yes.
8-4.
Here and that Hong Wei coming forward, and I think that movement was picked up by the Japanese player and forced him to play a tighter shot than he wanted. And yeah, perhaps this was just an easy mistake. It was actually in the middle of the net, so not really a good shot.
Oh, yes.
Service over. 5-9.
Nice placement from Hashimoto. Court is going to need to be mopped. Biao, 3 Super Series titles with 3 different partners. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? 3 men's doubles Super Series titles, that is. Malaysia of 2011 with Guo Zhendong. China Masters with Jiang Nan. And of course the India earlier this year with its partner of today.
I had that one with Jiang Nan. I always thought that they formed quite a good partnership.
So did I. But then they had Jiang Nan concentrating really on the mixed doubles.
Yeah.
Understandably, ended with a gold medal at the London Olympic Games. Not ended, but resulted in, and certainly not ended their partnership, mixed doubles. But it does, I've always sort of felt they've really rated this man, Biao, and they've been searching for the right partner for him.
Yeah, they have. And I wouldn't, from the beginning, have thought that Hong Wei would be the right one, because they've always tried to find partners where Biao Chai should be the more backcourt-oriented player, but now they suddenly changed it around, and they can play at a really, really fast pace, and especially if they're above the tape, good in the flat game, both hard-hitting.
Oh my goodness, what happened there?
I think
Did his ankle go?
Service over. 10-6.
That didn't look particularly good. He seems to be all right. No, unfortunately, we're not going to see that again, but he's certainly, at very least, tripped. I thought his ankle had given way.
That's well played.
Very well played.
11-6.
And to the mid-game interval with a 5-point advantage. This is what you were talking about earlier, wasn't it? And going forward.
Yeah.
Look at that. Lovely.
Of course, they can afford that, Biao Chai and Hong Wei, because almost all pairs would be a little bit reluctant to play upwards to them because of their strong attack.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Thank you.
No, it was just a trip. We saw it again there.
6.
Hashimoto okay.
Play.
Wasn't an ankle turning. Oh my goodness. I'll go. Yeah, terrible confusion there between the two Japanese players.
And very satisfied Chinese coaches. Must have been something that they've been discussing in during the interval.
Yeah. It's surprising to see a men's doubles pair who are so established. This is their 7th year together. They formed their partnership in 2009. Japanese pair. Getting confused, both going forward. Shuffle hit to the back.
Service over. 7-12.
turns out to be quite a lopsided match.
13 places difference on the world ranking.
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah.
It'll also mean that if Biao and Hong Wei can convert this lead to a win, they will qualify definitely for the Dubai Super Series finals.
Destination Dubai, here we come. Yeah, and that's a big thing for all the players, isn't it? I mean, not only is it a wonderful event, but also there's big ranking points, big prize money.
Big prize money, and more. I think a lot of the players who participated in Dubai last year, they really want to go, even if there were no prize money, because it was such a big event, and they loved it so much there.
Yeah.
But especially for Biao and Hong Wei, because they're in a battle for Olympic qualifying spots with other Chinese men's doubles pairings, and getting a chance to earn extra points where only one other pair can from China can get the same kind of points as this, not to be more than 2 pairings from the same country participating in the Super Series finals. That's a big opportunity for them.
Yeah. Of course, Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nan are number 2 on the Super Series standings at the moment.
Service over. 15-8.
Yeah, that's what's not really good enough from the Japanese side. 2 big opportunities, and he's not really able to kill it.
Oh, that's tremendous. Oh, goodness me. Where did that suddenly come from? Brilliant smash from Hashimoto.
Service over. 17-9.
Well, they don't look like they believe it themselves,
No.
Hashimoto and Hirata, having lost all other encounters against this Chinese pair. Nothing looks to have changed.
Service over. 10-17. Service over. 18-10.
Just 3 points away from booking their place in the semi-final. What would be their 3rd semi-final at a Super Series tournament this year. Oh, that's good.
That's well played.
Service over.
Too little, too late, one suspects.
Yeah, the Chinese, they conduct themselves as if they've got everything under control, and
Yeah.
I think they're right. They're not playing at 100% right now.
Good pressure from
Service
Hong Wei.
over. 19-11.
Oh, goodness. Hashimoto hitting his partner in the back with the shuttle.
11.
And it brings up match point opportunities. Oh, perfect block after the clash of rackets. And 21-16, 21-11. And Biao and Hong Wei, beaten finalists a year ago, are through to the semi-final once more.
Biao and Hong Wei, 21-16, 21-11.
Umpire confirms the score. Just 43 minutes needed. Look at that final shot. And I think their lack of celebration emphasises your point, Steen, that they were full of confidence and they had every belief that they would indeed win. Biao and Hong Wei safely through to the semi-final. 21-16, 21-11. So, a very good day for China so far. 3 quarterfinals and 3 victories for Chinese players in those 3 quarterfinals. Well, our next 2 matches don't involve home players. We've got women's doubles next, and then we finish off with women's singles. So the women's doubles, the world number ones, the number 1 seeds, Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi, up against Emilia Ansele and Songfei Chu. Well, this the women's doubles draw from the quarterfinal stage. 5 different nations involved. 4 Chinese, as you can see, and all 4 Chinese pairs in the bottom half of the draw. Well, just 4 seeded pairs in quarterfinal stage. And here come the number 1 seeds, Matsutomo and Takahashi. Well, for this pair from Malaysia, Emilia Ansele and Songfei Chu, and this is a first ever Super Series quarter-final. And not just as far as Premier Super Series are concerned. This is their first ever Super Series quarter. Well, that's a wonderful step forward for this Malaysian pair. Emilia Ansele, 27 years of age. Songfei Chu, 26. They're both from Sabah on the island of Borneo. Ansele, well, she's from Kota Kinabalu. I've been there. What a beautiful place it is too. Well, they're actually making the Malaysian pair their first ever appearance at the China Open, whereas their opponents, the number 1 seeds, there's Misaki Matsutomo, 23 years of age. This is their 6th consecutive appearance here at the China Open, and it's their 6th consecutive quarter-final here Well, we were talking in the men's doubles about inconsistency. I think with the Japanese pair we can talk about consistency. That is incredible. Not only 6 consecutive quarterfinals, of course last year they reached the semi-final as well. So an amazing record at this tournament for the Chinese pair, for the Japanese pair. Here the Malaysians, well, they are 19 in the world ranking at the moment. They have been 1 place higher. That was last month, 1 week, in fact, a little over a week ago. 30 on the Super Series standings at the moment. And as far as the Super Series are concerned, 6 events, 1 second round loss and 5 first round losses. So this, as I say, is a giant leap forward. In the first round, an Egyptian pair. In the second round, the winners of the Denmark Premier Super Series, and the pair who were runners-up at the Korea Grand Prix Gold last week, Jung Kyung-eun and Shin Sung-chan. Has to be said that that Korean pair playing their 7th tournament in 10 weeks. No wonder they might be a little bit jaded. So to Ayaka Takahashi, 25 years of age, her partner 23, they're #1 in the world.